JSBL semifinals. It sees RKE and Stearns Trailer in a tight matchup in that first quarter. Oh, nice play by Sumbry. And Danny Zersky, Alec Krauthamel, and both of these teams looking a little bit different than the last time we saw them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the last time we saw these two teams face off, it was a dominant win for Stearns Trailer over RKE Athletic. It seemed like things just kind of fell apart in the second half, but like you said, a new look RKE team. They've kind of shifted. Their style on offense to get more downhill. Much of that thanks to the play of Nico Gillette and Denzel Banks, and obviously Stearns. We see the 7 that they have out there tonight. Some of the usual 7, but definitely going to be fun to watch. First time we're seeing Jakari Spence in a couple games, and Kevin Mateo gets that one to go, and Spence is looking really good early.
Yeah, he looks on it, and the entire team does. Here's Nico Gillette, rises, fires, no on a 3. Sumbry the rebound, and put back. Probably could have gotten a foul call as well.
Yeah, a couple offensive boards already for Sumbry. He's getting after it on the offensive glass.
13-9 to score. Here's Dorch, works in on Sumbry. Collins comes with the double. They get it out to Spence. 2 teammates at Monmouth. Whoa, wow. I thought Spence initiated the contact there.
Yeah, it looked like Spence just kind of beat Collins to the spot. So usually when that happens, you're going to get the blocking foul, and that's already 2 on Collins in just 4 minutes of play. So definitely something to look out for as one of the team's top defenders.
Yeah, they put him on their best player. So now you get Banks, and Banks, oh, a turnover, over and back. But Banks didn't talk about how good he was the other night. Completely locked up maybe the best scorer in the league in Justin Robinson.
Yeah, he was unbelievable, especially in the 3rd and 4th quarters of that game. Just completely denied the ball, and even when he got it, he was sticking to him like glue all in that second half. And we'll see what Banks can do. He was also magnificent on the offensive end, scored 35 points. And he's coming off the bench, so that kind of shows the guard depth that RKE has tonight.
Yeah, to have him off the bench is crazy as Scott gets in. Tough shot, no. Rebound Sumbry, out to Cardesi. And this is the matchup that I think a lot of people are interested in. Mateo and Cardesi. Cardesi off on a 3. Spence the rebound, and here they come. Spence held ball. What a play by Cardesi.
Yeah, heck of a play by Cardesi on defense to kind of get his hand on the ball, but also some acrobatics from Jakari Spence. Did the 360 spin move and just flipped it up and got it to fall, but it'll be a jump ball instead.
So it'll be Spence and Cardesi to jump for it. Both kind of the same height. Monmouth and St. Peter's jumping for it. Ball on the ground, ripped away by Dorch. Fires up a 3 from Mateo, and he misses. Any miss you can get from them tonight is going to be a win. Gillette drives in, spins, falls away, and knocks it down. Nice shot for Gillette.
Man, that was
the 2-point game.
That was pretty with just the fall away. Obviously, the best of Gillette's game is getting downhill and using his strength to just go right up at the rim. So he used that to his advantage and got it to fall.
Dorch, turnaround jumper. A little hook shot is good. Dorch continuing to work his way in and bully. Sumbry. Oh, they had Gillette open down low, and they didn't see him. They get it in. Scott down low, blocked by Dorch. Here's Spence the other way, and they get a foul.
Yeah, Sumbry is just going to take the foul there because Jakari Spence in transition with a full head of steam, not a sight you want to see.
As we have some substitutions. It'll be Derek Woods back out here. And we have a timeout on the floor. 15-11 to score in Game 2 of the JSBL semifinals tonight. Halfway through quarter number one, Stearns trailer the advantage. Here's Mateo driving in, blocked out of bounds by Cardacey. Danny Zerski, Alec Krauthamel with you. And Alec, it's kind of been the same story for Stearns. Get out in transition and run.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you have Jakari Spence, who almost knocked down another one, and Kevin Mateo at the head of that attack, good things are going to happen.
Here's Cardacey the other way. Was part of what made RKE so dynamic last year, running and gunning. As Spence in the transition misses on a three. Rebounded by Derek Woods. Back out Mateo. He'll fire. Couldn't miss. That one too strong. Spence gets an offensive rebound. Now Woods will fire on a three and miss. Banks the board. Here's Banks off the glass. Shot no good. Woods the rebound. They can push. They do. Here's Spence. Lost it for a second, and RKE able to recover. Spence drives in, spins, falls away. Shot is no good. Had the English. They betrayed him there. Sumbry gets in and finishes off the glass. 15-13 to score.
Yeah, they're going to have to play through their size, RKE will, tonight in order to kind of get that advantage. You got Sumbry and Scott on the floor at the same time. There's two kind of bigs that can play down low at the rim.
Here's a three for Merlin, and he hits.
And conversely, Stearns has two bigs in Woods and Merlin who can both shoot the ball. So it's definitely a balance that both teams are going to have to work out with their centers.
I also wonder if it becomes a war of attrition as Sumbry off on a three. Fight for the rebound. The last touched by Denzel Banks, but RKE has a full 8-man rotation. They have one more than Stearns, who's playing with 7. We haven't seen Dan Singleton yet, so probably going to have 9. That makes a difference. And it made a difference in the fourth quarter against CVG.
Yeah, especially when you have these two teams in particular who absolutely love to run, and that's what their offense is predicated on. Eventually someone's going to tire out.
Fall away for Merlin is good. And that touch for Rasheed Merlin is money. Here's Armstrong. And this is the guy they really took advantage of the last time these two teams played as Banks gets in. Finds Scott, who's triple teamed. It quadruple teamed, and he traveled. We'll get Hendricks to check back in. So you have Hendricks, Rasheed Merlin, and Woods tonight. Derek Woods really hasn't been here at all and comes back for the playoffs. So nice addition.
Yeah, absolutely. He brings just that another level of versatility, kind of similar game to Rasheed Merlin. So yeah, when you have two of those guys that can kind of do a lot of different things at the big spot, it definitely helps you out.
Here's Mateo. Finds Woods, who finds Brian Antoine, another guy in the fold tonight. Wide open look for three for Spence is up and no good. Rebounded by Armstrong. Armstrong steps into a three, no rebound. Woods able to control it, and as much as RKE has size, they don't have the length that Stearns has right now. Woods, Spence, three, good. And it's a 10-point game.
Yeah, Spence had missed a couple of open ones, and you know he's got to be kicking himself after some of those, but what better way to get out of that funk than to make a three?
Armstrong misses. Rebound, Mateo. Here comes Stearns again, driving in. Hendricks, that's actually Antoine, and a hit on a three. And it has fallen apart for RKE here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a dangerous Stearns. All of a sudden, they can just run up and down the floor, and they got their three-point shooters, and that makes them so dangerous.
Here is Banks, Boogie Ford getting in and getting fouled, so he'll go to the line for two. And again, they just don't have an answer. I mean, every time they go down the floor, and there's no way to stop them. So Dortch will come in for Antoine. Ford hit the first, and he hits the second. So it's 26-15. I mean, again, RKE had a bad start in that first, and this has been kind of a trend for them. They've started poorly in games and found their groove down the stretch as Spence misses on the pull-up jumper.
Yeah, they trailed by 10 plus for a lot of that game against Seaview Jeep in the first round, and then just with defense and getting downhill, they were able to come back and take the lead.
Boogie Ford fouled again, and this might be the way to kind of find yourselves into winning tonight. Get Stearns into foul trouble.
Yeah, and a lot of that comes from getting downhill as well, as they'll get Woods on the foul. Just got to get downhill, and that's kind of the stylistic change that we saw with some of the newcomers like, Gillette, Banks, and Ford. Those three in particular were the three that kind of helped shift that. So I think the biggest part about them is, they're bigger wings. They don't have a ton of height, but they're strong, and that really helps them get straight downhill. And that's been a big reason for the turnaround that we saw in that CV Jeep game.
Yeah, and if they had Moran, they would have the big tonight, and they don't. But maybe tomorrow. But again, you're down 13 and a little 4-0 run. You just got to keep it in arm's length, and then turn up on the defensive end in the fourth. That's what they did against Seaview Jeep as Mateo rises, fires, halfway down and out with a three. Those two have been jawing at it, giving each other a little more mutual respect. Smile as Ford misses. Fight for the rebound. Scott keeps it. He gets it to Boogie Ford, who's falling away. Shot no good and no contact called. It'll be Stearns the other way. Stearns, Dortch, gimme dunk. Had no one near him and flushed it with one hand.
Yeah, defensive miscommunication there. Nobody picked him up.
As Collins is fouled, and that's number 3 on Woods.
Yeah, they're going to have to get Rasheen Merlin back into the game maybe a little earlier than anticipated. Just kind of invited the contact there, and for Collins, that's a good drive. They need him involved on offense.
Yeah, when he is involved, and 3 fouls in the first quarter, you probably can't play a lot of the second as Collins hits the first.
Yeah, you're probably out until about, I would say, midway through the second quarter, maybe even a bit later if you want to be extra careful.
And now, getting Woods out of the game, and now you have Hendricks on the bench as well. This is where RKE can see maybe some success with this lineup as Collins splits a pair. Here's Mateo, finds Eddie Hendricks. Oh, Dortch wide open, layup is good.
Yeah, whoever's on him just wasn't able to contain him. Just went right downhill with the backdoor cut, and a nice pass finds him. Whoever's on Dortch, got to start picking that up.
Collins finds Scott inside. Shot no good and a foul. It's another one on Mateo. Let's see what his. Oh, that's just his first. But again, RKE kind of having the door left open for them by Stearns because of the foul trouble that they found themselves in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you think about that, and then you think about some of the three-pointers that weren't able to fall, particularly open ones for Stearns trailer. This game could definitely be a whole lot more wide open.
And RKE's just you got to find something offensively other than getting to the foul line, because that at times could dry up. Spence gonna run it, can hold for the final shot. Jakari works on Denzel Banks. He drives in, turnaround jumper for Spence is good, and that's the quarter. RKE down by 12. Stearns trailer a strong first quarter. Could have been even stronger, but they are off to a fast start. We'll be right back after this short break. Start of the second quarter coming up next. Start of the second quarter, Danny Zerski, Alec Crowthamel, Stearns up by 12, and if you're RKE, you're lucky it's not even more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you shot only 6 of 21 as a team, 1 of 7 from beyond the arc.
As that helps, Gillette from downtown cuts it to 9.
And that's not really his game either, as we all know. Definitely stronger just getting downhill and going to the basket, but that was a deep 3. Kudos to him for knocking it down.
Here's Dorch in the English, no good on that one. Another chance to cut into this lead for RKE. They almost turn it over. They find Armstrong, and that one last touched by Dorch.
Yeah, as I was saying, I mean, the shots just have not been able to fall for RKE. They had 5 of 14 from 2-point range, 1 of 7 from 3-point range, but also Stearns trailer in 3 of 10. So, again, like you said, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh, a foul on Stern. I think that'll be number 2 on Mateo.
Yeah, it will. Just a little bit too much contact on Cardace in the air. And, you know, we know, obviously, like you said, in that last matchup between these two teams, Mateo and Cardace were going at it all game long. A game that Cardace was eventually ejected in. And we know Mateo, he likes to be the instigator. He likes to be the guy that's really in the thick of the action. So, of course, he's going to be doing that same thing tonight.
Cardace pull up 2 is good. And hey, 5-0 run for Arcades, cut it to 7.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kyle Cardace needs to really stay being a big part of this offense for RKE. Even though, like we mentioned, they had a little bit of a stylistic change, he's still got to be involved from the outside.
5-on-4 here for RKE. Gillette rises, fires, no on a 3. Rebound, poked out by Antoine. Stearns trailer, and we didn't set this up earlier in that first quarter, trying to win their 4th consecutive championship.
Yeah, they'll face, if they were to win, they would face an ACI Robinson's team who has not ever made the championship game. It's definitely a tale of 2 teams.
Cardace hits on a 3. 8-0 run for RKE.
And that's the Kyle Cardace we know. And also, depending on if you're an RKE athletic fan, love as well. And just getting off the screen, falling away from 3, and that one looked too easy. That's his bread and butter.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They've really done a good job of screening Mateo more tonight and having him play off the ball. It's made a difference. They double him here. Cardace feeling it for 3. No, but a foul.
And that's 3 on Mateo.
Oh, boy. Yeah, and that's the difference. And you talk about how the last time this game was called a lot more looser. They let a lot more play. They're not letting that play tonight, and it's hurting Stearns trailer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a team that loves to run and be physical, especially on the defensive end. And that applies to all the positions on the floor as well, whether it's Mateo really in your grill no matter what on defense or someone like Parker Dorsch in the posts. So Mateo will have to come out with those 3 fouls.
Cardace hits the first 2, and Cardace just 1 of 3 in that first quarter, 2 points, but he's come alive a little bit in that second. And you're thinking Woods has 3, Mateo has 3, and not having Mateo is a humongous blow. You get more size, but you now, and this is where I would say put Banks in and have Cardace in at the same time, because Mateo shadowed Cardace the first 12 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you also lose his dynamic shot making on the offensive end. Even though he hadn't gotten off to the best start in that first quarter, he can still rise up and heat up like a microwave at any opportunity.
It's an 11-0 run for RKE, and a loose ball foul will keep it on this end of the floor.
Yeah, like Gillette gave a little bit of extended the forearm into Parker Dorsch, made that one a little bit too obvious.
Kind of crazy. It was a 12-point game just a minute 46 seconds ago.
Well, like we talked about, you know, you can be, you know, grateful it's not worse, but then you still got to play better, and that is exactly what RKE Athletic has done in this second quarter.
Merlin airballs a 3, and RKE has a chance to take a lead. Cardace, now it's Spence on him, drives in, gets past, and lays it in. It's a 13-0 run and a lead for RKE. Timeout, Stearns trailer.
They have just gotten back to their bread and butter, and that's running and gunning, and also the new bread and butter, which is just getting downhill to the rim. They've meshed those 2 styles really well, namely thanks to Kyle Cardace for the former end, and all of a sudden this offense is humming along.
13-0 run for RKE. They have a 1-point lead with 7:51 to the half. Welcome back. Start to 7:50 to play in the second quarter. Dan Yezerski, Alec Krauthamel. And it's been a 13-0 run, and it's going to continue maybe for RKE. They get a block by Sumbry. Here comes Armstrong running the floor. Gets in, layup no good, rebound. Dortch was holding Sumbry, no call. And then the foul. Winner moves on to play ACI Robins Nest in the championship game after Dwayne Jones went berserk in the first 3 quarters. Second on Gillette. That's a, what? Whoa. Spence has 2. Can you explain this one?
I mean, it looked like it was kind of 2 guys converging as Spence was driving. So it's kind of just the draw of who it gets called on because they kind of both made contact at the same time. It happened to be Gillette.
But I mean, I didn't ever see Spence look like he was going up at all. As Gillette drives in, shot off the glass. It's good.
Yeah, that's the thing with Gillette. He's got a diverse skill set at the basket. He can bully his way downhill and finger roll it in, or on that one, he just floated it up and got the bounce off the glass.
As that one no good, Collins rips away the rebound, and Antoine ripped it away from him. Here's Spence, open look, getting down the hill and laying it in. Here's Cardace, Spence on him. Spence starting to come alive a little bit in this second quarter. He's got the last 4 points. Cardace, offensive foul.
And once again, when you extend that arm, they're going to get you every time. And Cardace, just a little bit too much contact, a little bit too much extension there, and yeah, they got him.
Just the second on Cardace. You get Denzel Banks in for Armstrong. Maybe the best 5 on the floor right now for RKE. Oh my. Spence stepped on the line. I'm very confused on how this game is getting called right now. Here's Cardace, step back on a 3 is up and good. He's feeling it tonight.
Yeah, that's those Cardace heat checks we missed off the dribble. Just knocked that one down, and nobody really kind of attacked him there on the defensive end. If you just give him a sliver of an opportunity, he can knock it down.
Spence, turn it over. Hendricks couldn't handle it. Here comes Collins. Got to be careful. Antoine pickpocketed him last time. Collins to the rim with the left hand, lays it in. Spence down the other way. Dortch with a hit of steam. Woo! Up and down we go. And Dortch an emphatic slam. Here's Gillette. Pull up from the mid-range. Shot no good. It'll go back to RKE.
It feels like we can finally take a breath here in the second quarter. That's what we expected between these 2 teams. Just up and down, racing down the floor on both ends.
Yeah, it's been fun. 40-38. RKE's got 20 points in the second quarter, and that turnaround for Dortch.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter. I mean, his get up when he goes up to the post hook, it's one of his best moves.
RKE outscoring Stearns 28 in the second, and an offensive foul. Sumbry picked it up. Spence fighting through the screen.
Yeah, you can see Spence was really trying to initiate the contact there, and Sumbry just kind of moved the feet a little bit too much and got him leaning.
So it'll be Spence after the inbound from Merlin. Here's Dortch down low. Fighting. Oh, had it stripped, but a foul.
And they're going to get that on Cardace.
That's number 3, yeah.
It's one of those risks that I don't want to say you shouldn't take because, you know, he's being aggressive on the defensive end, trying to force a turnover, but with 2 fouls already midway through the second quarter, maybe let that one go.
Yeah, maybe, and you get Dortch at the line for 2, and that one no good.
I saw head coach Sean Gallagher tell Cardace he got 3. Cardace just gave a thumbs up, so he's staying in the game.
So Dortch, chance to give Stearns the lead back. Got it. Been a weirdly called first half. I mean, there's been instances of contact, no foul, with no contact foul. It's been interesting. Here's Cardace. Step back on a 3. It's a heat check. It's no good. Rebounded by Dortch after the tip from Hendricks. Spence lost the ball, and he found it. Hendricks the layup. Here is Denzel Banks. Works in on Hendricks. Fall away jumper is no good. Rebound. Lands with Antoine, and then Spence takes it from him. Stearns kind of starting to establish themselves down this stretch in the second half, second quarter. Dorch and one. He's just so strong getting inside.
And he just had that first step off the left side. Defender couldn't hang with him, and once again, his get up at the basket so quick. He's got a great lower body where he's just able to go straight up towards the basket.
4:25. Usually we have a media timeout.
I guess not.
Oh, I guess not. And Dorsch gets a friendly roll.
I mean, I guess they counted the Stearns timeout earlier on as the media timeout.
I don't know how. As Collins rises, fires, no on a three. Rebound will go back to Stearns after it was tipped out by RKE. And all that offensive momentum that Stearns had is kind of RKE had, has gone away. It's 46-40.
Yeah, this game, ironically enough, when you're talking about Stearns, kind of slowed down in the favor of Stearns trailer. They've been able to get much more going in the half court.
Dorch, Spence. Collins and Spence. Spence, no English there. RKE's missed. Has gotten lucky with some of these misses. As Collette couldn't finish. Rebound, that's a jump ball.
A jump ball has been assessed. It'll be Gillette and Hendricks.
So it'll be Gillette and Hendricks. So it'll be Scott and Hendricks. 3:45 to play in this first. 46-40 to score. Oh, nice win by Scott there. Able to get up. Now it's Cardace working against Antoine. They send a double. They get it into Scott. Ooh, tried to get a cutting Collins and a little too strong.
Yeah, it was a good idea. Cardace got blitzed off the screen, found the roll man down low underneath, and tried to fire a pass to the cutting Collins. A good idea with the three-man game. Just a little bit too much mustard on that pass.
Here's Brian Antoine. Finds Spence leaking out, gets along the baseline, shot no good, but a foul. And it's more of RKE's been inconsistent. You've seen good stretches of defensive play, but just not moving the feet as much at certain possessions.
Yeah, definitely. That was an interesting take by Spence. I mean, he had a tough angle to get around, but I mean, probably knew he was going to draw some contact. But yeah, that's the threat of Spence. He can also his pull-up game from the mid-range is among the best in the league, and when he can get downhill like that, you kind of have to guard him both ways.
Yeah, and that's what makes him so dangerous. Gillette drives in, layup is no good. Both teams struggling to finish tonight. And then Merlin got down low and a goaltend.
Okay, I see you, Parker Dorch, firing the no-look pass in transition over to Merlin.
Unbelievable. And just like that, and all the work that RKE had done, it's been a 10-0 run for Stearns trailing.
Yeah, the offense has really dried up after that hot streak from Cardace.
They need someone. They need him and someone else to step up. They need some points in general, and a whistle. We'll put third foul. Inbounding, and they'll get Sumbry in for Banks. Here's Cardace. Comes in, layup, high hook shot is off the glass and good.
And that was a high degree of difficulty shot. He saw Dorchy was raring and ready to block that shot, so he just fired it high off the glass and got the kiss.
You could see, and then, oh, Spence is just percolating right now. He's unstoppable. But again, you could see the smile from Dortch after that. He knew what he was doing. Here's Cardacy. He'll pull up on a 3 and hit. Keeping him in this game.
Absolutely. That was we'll call that a 3. It was a much needed one, and he just rose up with Spence. Spence was on him. He kind of backed off to avoid the rip through and to avoid the foul, and now we'll get another foul on Cardacy.
That's his 4th.
So now he's got to sit the rest of the quarter, and then we'll see if he comes out to start the 3rd.
Just kind of pleading his case. So it'll be Ford and Armstrong to check in for Scott and Cardacy. Derek Woods is going to play with those 3 fouls, and he'll replace Eddie Hendricks. Spence hit the 1st.
Yeah, kind of a matchup with Sumbry and his size, and then you got someone like, you actually, it looks like they're going to go extra big with this lineup, in fact. So just kind of combating the downhill effectiveness of RKE.
Collins going to try to create. Step back 3 for Jack is up and no good. His former teammate Spence from Monmouth grabs the rebound. Lobbing it up to Dortch. Nice play by Gillette to get a hand in the way, and then a wild pass and turnover. RKE's got to clean it up a little bit. Dortch gets in, spins around, and lays it up and in.
How about the dexterity by Dortch, just spinning both directions and just able to find a lane, and once again, his signature post hook.
He's been strong tonight. Boogie Ford getting in, roll no good, and then the putback attempt no good as well. Spence spins, oh, nope, it's a travel. It looked a little too nice to be legal.
Yeah, a little bit too much. He kind of raised both feet.
He knew it too.
Left the ground, and unfortunately, you're not going to get those 3 steps when you leave both feet.
No style points either. Here's Armstrong. Finds Gillette downhill. He goes. Left-handed layup, no good. Rebound, Dortch. It was really made the difference. Dortch and Spence just dominating tonight. Spence along the baseline. Collins comes in. They try to trap him. They swing it. Woods, a 3 is up and no good. Rebound, Armstrong. Important 50 seconds here for RKE. As Armstrong down the lane, lays it up and in off the glass.
That's a good start. I mean, and even just talking about our last game, I think ACI Robins Nest won that game with their effort in the final couple of minutes of the first half. They were able to kind of get within striking distance. And same with RKE in their last game in the first round. They put together a great end of first half, and it kind of set the stage for them to make a comeback in the second.
Good defense by Gillette on the turnaround from Dortch. About a 3-second differential between the shot and the game clock. Forward to the rack, no. Rebounded by Dortch. And it's just, they have had no success inside tonight. Merlin with his back to the basket. Finds Dortch, thought about the 3. It's Spence with 5 seconds. Mr. Buzzer Beater himself, step back in the face of Armstrong, no good. Rebound by Gillette, and the putback at the end of the half for him doesn't go, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. RKE trails Stern Trailer by 9. We'll go to the second half. Start of the second half in about 5 minutes after this. start of the second half, Dan Yazerski alongside Alec Krauthamel. And Alec, RKE needs to start doing more of that if they want to win this game, as Mateo gets back in, drives. Will kick out to Antoine. As Spence gets it in, Armstrong fires and hits on a three. Here's a Jack Collins with it. 58-52. RKE started that second quarter really strong and then kind of faded out. Here's Nico Gillette.
Yeah, and they're without Kyle Cardesi right now, who picked up his 4th foul late in the second quarter.
Gillette long on a three. Long rebound comes out to him. Down the lane he goes with the left hand. Layup is good.
And a couple of nice drives, and like you said, exactly what RKE needed to do to get back into this game. Now we'll see if Stearns can, once again, ironically, considering their style that's worked for a long time, slow the game down and get something to go on the half court. They're going to get Sumbry on the foul.
That is his third. Yeah, third.
Or excuse me, it was on Scott. I thought it was on Sumbry. It was backing down. Dortch was backing down.
They don't really have an answer for Dortch as he continues to have a strong game. He had 18 and 7 in that first half.
Yeah, and only now 2 points behind Jakari Spence for the team scoring lead, and also the game scoring lead at that.
Fall away jumper for Gillette, no good. Collins in a crowd of three, grabs the rebound, finds Scott, and a travel.
Yeah, I think he was trying to do a little bit too much on that offensive rebound. I mean, there was a crowd around him. He probably could have just laid it back up and in, tried to dribble once and then go right back up with it. Just tried to, do a little bit too much on that one.
Yeah, and Mateo back in the game. He didn't play basically the entire second quarter.
Yeah, picked up that third foul.
Exactly, after he picked up the third. Dortch, they're going to send a double. They leave Mateo open, an open look. Here's Eddie Hendricks. That's Merlin, excuse me. And again, you can't stop that ball movement.
Yeah, that was some great passing there, especially after the double. But, I mean, it was good recovery at first by RKE.
As Sumbry gets in, gets the bucket and the foul call.
And again, that's what they needed to do more. That's a nice little drive and a dish out to a guy on the block, and Sumbry has a chance for three, and now to cut it back to keep it a two-possession game. And to finish that last shot, it was good recovery at first, but unfortunately they just weren't able to, contain Merlin, who was cutting back door.
Here's Spence, with former teammate on him. Fall away jumper for Spence's air ball. Excellent defense by Collins.
Yeah, I think he kind of forced that one a little bit. Obviously, we know how good his mid-range game is, but that one a little bit too contested by Collins.
Gillette gets downhill, blocked by Dortch, fighting at the rim for the ball. Comes with Spence. It's a 2-on-1. Spence, when Antoine finishes at the rim. And that, you just can't defend that as Antoine. It's a foul. Collins will go to the line for two.
I thought that was clean.
Yeah, it's a tough one, and it's tough. I didn't get a great vantage point of it, but it's kind of grown into that we don't know what is a foul and what isn't anymore. Obviously, the player is always angry. Collins hits them both. Here's Mateo with his team up by 6, and a foul on Armstrong.
Yeah, and that's the quickness of Mateo. Tried to drive baseline. Armstrong tried to cut it off, but Mateo just beat him to the spot, and that's a blocking foul.
It's a tough adjustment, especially in the playoffs, because you're at the whim of a differently called game. And I mean, the game's a lot much more tightly called as Dortch backs in, and I mean, they just have no answer for him right now.
Especially when he drives with that shoulder to create a little bit of space. Once again, his get up so fast, he creates just a little bit of space, and he's already up in the air.
Here's Sumbry, down low, blocked by Mateo, but he's able to get his own miss and put it back in. Kevin Mateo, a guy that used to play for RKE Athletic. It was pretty good, too. He fires. Oh, I don't know what that was. Spence blocked by Sumbry. Collins leading the break. Oh, nice feed to a cutting Armstrong, who lays it in with the left hand. That's when Jack Collins at his best. Oh my goodness. Hopefully Jakari Spence is okay. He took a tumble.
Yeah, he did. That was a daring drive right there, and hopefully it's just nothing serious. And yeah, he'll get right back up. That's a hard drive. You got a guy who has a full head of steam going up against a big-time defender in Sumbry. Got a lot of size there, and when they both collide, Spence went crashing to the floor, but it looks like he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's getting back up. And wet spot cleanup tonight, courtesy of his father. I believe that is his dad over there. He's got two here at the line. Jakari's first is good. Like, no issues with that shoulder, and something you like to see. Jack Collins right over to him, and those two played for 3 years together. Obviously close from that. Here's Gillette. And they get a foul.
Yeah, it looks like Spence and Sumbry got tripped up there on the switch. And I like that they're kind of switching Parker Dortch onto Nico Gillette after the screen, because when Gillette tries to make his drive, there's Dortch right there. I think Dortch is probably the best matchup for Gillette in terms of physicality and athleticism.
I mean, there's just no one that he can't guard the 1 through the 5 as Gillette falls away over a high hand of Antoine. And luckily for RKE, that ball bounced out of bounds as Spence was gearing up to run.
That was a great defensive possession from Antoine. Proving me wrong that, maybe Antoine's the best matchup for him because he too has the athleticism, but, where maybe Dortch has an advantage in strength, Antoine has the length to go along with it.
And it just continues to be a dominance from Stearns. Dortch backing his way in. This time, the layup no good. Rebound tracked by Collins. Here's an he had Banks open and just missed him.
That's an opportunity you're going to be kicking yourself at. It was on the break. It was open just a little bit too far. And I do think Dortch has to be a little bit more careful when he tries to create space with that shoulder, making sure he doesn't extend the arm too much and try to push off the defender, because sooner or later, if he does it too much or if he extends the arm too much, he might get called for it.
He's walking a tightrope right now. Fight for the rebound after his miss is controlled by Boogie Ford. Ball on the ground. What is going on?
Three different kick balls right there.
As Cardace launches and hits on a 3. Oh my goodness.
Hey, when you get Cardace back in the game, he makes that instant impact. And even with those 4 fouls, that doesn't hurt him on offense.
68-65 to score. Antoine trying to answer, could not, and Boogie Ford the rebound. And the difference is they're playing him off ball. Oh, beautiful passing from Banks to Sumbry. Boogie Ford set it up, and Banks hit it home.
Yeah, that was a lot of velocity on those 2 passes as well, especially with Stearns' defense closing in. You got to put some extra mustard on it.
Here's Mateo. This time Cardace guarding him, and he rains in a 3.
Yeah, much needed bucket for Mateo, who hasn't had his best shot tonight.
These two teams are really physical in terms of screens right now. Banks threw it to Spence. 2-on-1 here. Spence lays it in, and you have to just kind of eat it there if you're Cardace. Didn't want to pick up that 5th foul. Gillette, shot fake on a 3. Drives in, offensive foul. Extended that arm a little bit too much.
Yeah, once again, they're going to get you at that moment. And also, it helps that Spence, a little bit of a size mismatch in the direction of Gillette, that I'm sure that helped create the momentum to go straight backwards.
4 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Timeout on the floor. RKE and Stearns trailer. Stearns leads by 6. Dan Yuzerski, Alec Krauthamel here with you. 4 minutes to play in the second of the semifinal matchups. Winner moves on to face ACI Robin's Nest in tomorrow night's championship. Here's Mateo, lost the ball on the ground, still rolling. Gillette comes away with it. Here's Sumbry cutting in, and he finishes. Cutting the lead to 4.
Yeah, nice job in transition. Sumbry just kind of coming out of nowhere. Good execution, just finding the man back door.
Jakari Spence with it now. Stern looking for championship number 4 in a row, and it's going to be another one. Oh, whoa, I thought that was a defensive foul. It's an offensive foul on Spence.
Nah, he extended that arm.
Number 3.
Yeah, a little bit too much extension there when he was trying to make his move and create some space, and right in the official's point of view when he made that call.
RKE just keeping it at arm's length right now. Cardesi rose and fired, or tried to fire, as Spence down the other end lays it in. I mean, I've never seen a team this good in transition in my life. Like the Indiana Pacers. Unbelievable. Banks, his possession off the glass. Cuts it to 4.
Yeah, now if you're Stearns, I think you want to slow this game down just a little bit, get something going in the half court, because the last thing you want is to get some momentum given to RKE in transition.
Mateo out just over the outstretched arm of Gillette, lays it in. And that's the last thing RKE wants to see, is him getting going. Here's Gillette, he'll rise, fire, short on a 3. Rebound tipped to him by Ford. What an offensive rebound by Ford, and then he's fouled. Boogie Ford has not played a lot tonight, but his impact has been felt.
Yeah, he's been one of those connective pieces that you need on every team, just making the extra pass, finding the man, playing some good defense as well, starting the breaks. He's really done a lot of good stuff tonight.
So Hendricks will get ready to check back in. Not sure who the foul's on. And Mateo has his 4th. So he'll check out after he was starting to get going.
Yeah, probably sit him for the rest of this third quarter.
I thought going into this game, the big matchup would be Cardesi and Mateo. And while they've matched up tonight, it hasn't provided the same spark that it had earlier in July.
Yeah, I think they switched up the defensive assignment with Cardesi. Also, he's coming off a lot of screens and switches, so we haven't seen it as much.
They didn't have a ball handler in that matchup, and they have one now. Here's Cardesi. Spence got to be careful, almost reached in a little bit too much. This is it's Cardesi's possession. Oh, nice cut. Oh, beautiful feed, and the finish. I mean, this is just a clinic of ball movement.
Yeah, great job on the give and go of Cardesi. Knew he was getting it right back and knew the defense was crashing, and bounce pass to the open man who was left by the crashing defender.
Another good one here. It's 77-75. Antoine moves in, shot blocked, but a foul. That's going to be number 4 on AJ Sumbry.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of involvement offensively from Antoine, but he's a guy that anytime he makes a drive to the basket, you got to look out for him because he has a ton of athleticism. He can rise up from any angle.
Yeah, I mean, Antoine, a guy that, you know, everyone knows, local legend, played at Ranny with Scotty Lewis.
That was a heck of a team.
I mean, I don't know how they ever lost the game. Also had Elijah Perkins, and then went to Villanova. Didn't fare as well as he wanted it to. Got hurt. Finally is rehabbed and going to play pro. And I think this is the best version we've seen of him since his days at Ranny.
Yeah, he's making things happen on both ends of the floor, offense and defense. I mean, we see what he can do with making some of his highlight reel blocks as well, protecting the rim.
He's the guy that got all the talent in the world as Cardesi rises, fires, no on a 3. It'll be Spence taking it back the other way. Down low, it's Woods, got the English. And it's a 6-point game. RKE's not really been able to take the lead since it was 40-36. Oh, nice pass from Collins. Cardesi, floater, no, rebound. Woods has it, he'll run out with it. Behind the back, Derek Woods. How about that take? Doesn't go, but he just went coast to coast.
I don't know if he realized that Jack Collins was coming up from behind to try to tip that ball away from him, but a very well timed behind the back dribble almost made Cardacy and Collins run into each other. Again, I don't know if that was intentional, but I'm sure he'll tell us it was. He knew exactly what he was doing. And to go back to your previous thought, that Rainey team, their 3 losses on that year, they went 31-3. They lost to McDuffie up in Massachusetts. They lost to Gill St. Bernard's. And where's the other loss? Oh, they lost twice to they lost to Montverde. So, you know, best team. That Montverde team, I believe that was 2018-19. That was the year. And 2018-19 Montverde team, I think, was one of the better ones as well. Let's see. Let's check out the roster on that one.
I thought it was 1920.
18-19 was the Lewis and Antoine year, yeah.
As that one goes, Panks getting inside and finishing. It's a 5-point lead as we enter the final seconds of this third quarter. 30 seconds to play. Antoine finds Woods, who backs his way in. Hook shot is good. RKE can hold for the final shot. Could cut it to 4 with a 3, 5 with a 2. Cardacy with it now. Here he is. Step back 3 for Cardacy. No. Rebound with Spence. Spence has got to go. Putting one up. It's a 2. It is no good. And that is the third quarter. RKE and Stearns. Stearns leading by 4, leading by 7, 10 minutes away from their 4th straight championship game appearance, and 10 minutes for RKE to try to win it. We'll be right back. Yeah. 9:56 to go here in this fourth quarter. Stearns trailer, a chance to knock out RKE and go to their 4th straight championship game. Woods found a cutter and couldn't connect.
Yeah, a little bit too much on that pass, and also good effort from Gillette to get in the passing lanes. And that's what RKE needs, just more turnovers and preventing Stearns from getting their rhythm going from the half court. And we were talking about in the previous quarter, that Rainey team. Again, 2 of their 3 losses were to Montverde and Gill St. Bernard's. Both those teams were absolutely amazing as well.
Turnover, another one for Stearns.
I'll go through the roster of that Montverde team. Tell me how many guys you recognize. We got Derek Whitehead.
Recognized.
Cade Cunningham.
One of the best players in basketball.
Moses Moody.
Collins misses on a 3. Rebounded by Gillette, who couldn't finish. And it goes back to Stearns for now. And Stearns keeps it.
So you recognize Moses Moody.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Nemhard.
Yeah. Has he played in the NBA yet?
He's a rookie this year. He was on the Mavericks Summer League team, but I think he got a 2-way contract. But either way, recognizable name. Precious Achua.
As a 3 is up and good. Got the roll. That's actually a 2 for Hendricks. Here's Cardacy approaching 9 minutes to play. Drives around everyone, finds Gillette, who rises, fires, and could not hit on a 3. Rebounded by Scott. Out to Cardacy. Jab stepping. Finds a cutting Scott, who found Collins in the corner. They need this badly. They couldn't get it. Rebound and put back by Banks, no good. Scott gets the rebound. They can't finish. And finally, it goes back to Stearns.
Man.
Unbelievable.
And RKE was just going after every loose ball on the offensive glass. And Stearns got to be lucky they didn't give any points on that trip.
Extra pass. It's Antoine, a corner three is up and no good. Rebounded by Scott. That's actually Banks. Collins in the corner again. That one is good, and it's a 6-point game.
I feel like we say this every game when Collins' three-point game is open. It opens up when he's on from three. It opens up the rest of his game.
It does, and you haven't seen him with the ball as much tonight because of Banks back. He comes for the double here. They get a basket under the rim. Reverse layup goes. Eddie Hendricks has found it in the fourth quarter. Here's Cardacy. You need a big quarter out of him if you want to get back in it. Here he is with Antoine on him. Antoine poked it away. They get it to Scott, who drives in on Woods. Shot no good, and Woods lucky he didn't pick up foul number 4. They get it in. Dorich on Collins. Easy mismatch there for Parker, and he couldn't take advantage of it on the offense. Last touch by Collins.
Well, now that we have a break, we can continue talking about that high school year. So I counted about 6 or 7 guys recognizable on the Montverde team. You got Omar Payne, who played plenty of time. I don't know if you recognize the name.
I don't.
He played at Central Florida for a while.
Yes.
And then you got Caleb Houston.
I know who that is.
So that's how many NBA guys were on that Montverde team that defeated Rainey.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of talent.
And then you got multiple Division I guys on Gil St. Bernard's who beat them 62-60. You got Denver Anglin, who played his share of Division I basketball. Paul Mulcahy, obviously we know, standout career at Rutgers and then Washington. And you got Zach Martini, who had a standout career of his own at Princeton and then at Rutgers for a year. So much talent that year in New Jersey.
I mean, New Jersey's really, and people don't talk about it as being really, I think when people think New Jersey, it's the hotbed for baseball. As you've seen a lot of the great players come through, and that one blocked. I mean, this is crazy.
I mean, I got the shirt. Basketball needs New Jersey.
As Dorich finishes, and it's a 10-point game.
Heck, just look at what you're watching here. New Jersey basketball.
Yeah, it's one of the great sports. And we'll stay here right here during this timeout. But basketball in New Jersey probably doesn't get the same love that I think other sports do in terms of the pro. I mean, the baseball scene in New Jersey is humongous.
Especially South Jersey.
And you look at that, I think 2021's a year of great triumph for the state. As you saw guys like Shane Panzini, Anthony Salameno, who was just disgusting, filthy left-hander. And then other guys, I mean, Ben Shield dominated that year in the Shore Conference. I mean, the Shore Conference in general, Andrew Fisher, who played at Wall, was a first-round pick by the Brewers this year. I mean, there's a lot of talent baseball-wise.
Oh, yeah.
In Jersey. I mean, if you look 2019, I mean, that Del Barton team was up there with one of the great high school New Jersey teams ever.
Yeah, Anthony Volpe and Jack Leiter leading the way.
Now, I don't think the guys, I mean, Anthony Volpe, and this is a perplexing story because the guy, you know how he struggled with the Yankees, everyone does. But this was a guy in high school that hit third on a USA team that had Bobby Witt and Corbin Carroll.
Unbelievable.
So the talent was always there with Volpe, and Leiter was just unbelievable. Went to Vandy, dominated, and just hasn't had that same level of success.
Yeah, and Anthony Volpe was also set to go to Vandy. He would have gone there had 29 other teams drafted him, but the one that did, which was the New York Yankees, that was the one team he would have skipped going to college for.
And he did, and that one no good, and then last touch by Collins. Back to Stearns. Here's Mateo. Oh, back to him. Open look for three. Rises, fires, and could not hit. We'll go back to Stearns. RKE ball. And you look at it, RKE hasn't closed the quarter well in this game. And if you want to keep your season alive and play tomorrow, you have to. But Stearns has just put on a defensive clinic all night.
Yeah, that they have. They've been able to really lock down a lot of the paint, save for a couple possessions.
Here's Cardacy, shot short on a three.
And Cardacy hasn't had that same momentum that he had in the opening couple of quarters.
Had it in the third for a little as Mateo open look. That one pops out.
It just seems like there's a lid on the rim with him. He just hasn't been able to get some of those favorable bounces on some of his shots.
Collins, pull up three, no. Both teams really struggling to score in this fourth quarter. As Spence, finger roll layup, no. And the rebound by RKE. Here's Cardacy. Finds a cutting Jack Collins, who could not finish, but he's fouled. That's number 5 of Mateo. All right, and Stern has got to be careful. You don't, if you're Mateo, you can't continue to argue this because you might get teed up for your 6th.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tough one for Mateo because he has the size disadvantage against Collins. It looked like he went straight up, but it looked like kind of, also kind of helped initiate some contact there. It's tough because when you're on the ground and you stay vertical, usually you're going to be okay without getting the foul call. But when you try to go up in the air and you stay, even if you stay vertical, sometimes you still get dinged for it because you bring on that contact as well. So Antoine will check back in for him.
Collins missed on the 2nd free throw, so he splits a pair. It'll be Merlin finds Woods, and that shot no good. RK's got to take advantage of some of these Stearns misses here. Here comes Gillette down the lane. The finger roll layup, no good, but a foul. And that's a foul on Dortch.
He's done a pretty good job of staying out of foul trouble so far tonight, but the more chances you give RKE at the free throw line, the more likelihood they're going to start to hit them.
That was what happened in the first quarter, too. So if you look at it right now, it's a 9-point game. You could basically even that 4th quarter score if he hits both free throws here. But if you look at it, it's not like there's been a big discrepancy in free throws tonight. Both teams came into the 4th quarter with the same amount of shots from the line. That's 16, both hitting 14, and that is what Stearns Trailer wanted to see, a miss on the first. With 5:29 to play in the ball game. He's got one more at the stripe, and he hits. So it'll be Brian Antoine. Finds Dortch, who was fouled. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, somebody's trying to argue that Dortch didn't have the ball in his possession. I mean, I guess that's the judgment call on that situation. I mean, it's a foul if he did.
And then Woods kind of gets away with a push. Actually, I don't know. Both teams have not been happy with the officiating crew tonight. Here's Cardacy, finds Collins, who drives in. Floater is good. And West spot. So 92-84 the score. RKE needs a run.
And now it's time for Denzel Banks on the defensive end. He's done a pretty good job on Jakari Spence, kind of forcing someone else to take the ball up. Now he's got some space. I'll see if Spence can create for himself. Hasn't
been as prominent in the second half. Woods rises on a 3 and hits. He's been effective for them tonight.
Yeah, he's able to, he looked like a guard the way he kind of caught that and put it up in stride.
Cardacy in his face, no. Sumbry grabs the board. Sumbry goes up with it, got it to go. With some contact as well.
Denzel Banks doing anything he can to deny Jakari Spence from getting the ball.
4 minutes to play.
That's exactly what he did against Justin Robinson a couple nights ago.
Oh, and they turn it away. They turn it over. This is a huge possession for RKE. Gillette falls away, putting it up and in. It hit every part of the rim and took an ultra-friendly roll. And this is what Banks did in the 4th quarter. I'm shocked he didn't do it a little bit earlier, as Tyler Armstrong looks like he's done for the night. Here's Antoine. Gets it to Dortch, who's backs his way in. They send the double, and they turn it over. Banks to the rim. No! Blocked by Spence. What a block.
It seemed like it was a foregone conclusion he was going to score that one, but Spence just kind of came out of nowhere.
And then he lays it in. Jakari Spence proving why he's the MVP of the league tonight. Gillette on a three, they needed and they couldn't get it. Rebound tipped up in the air and controlled by Woods. And just a swing, the swing that took. Maybe that was RKE's last breath as they now trail by 11.
Okay, Parker George, I see you with another no-look pass on the break.
Unbelievable. I mean, Cardace on a three, they need it and they could not get it. Just not enough scoring tonight for RKE. And the way Stearns has played defense, it's just. And Spence will take a timeout.
Yeah, I think there's a much-needed timeout just to kind of reset things a little bit. You're up by 11 with 2.5 minutes to go. You're feeling good about this game, but it's not totally salted away yet. Just kind of got to slow things down, put a couple of plays together, and I'm sure they're going to try to put Kevin Mateo back in the game as well to try to provide that extra scoring punch.
Yeah, we'll be right back after this short break. We welcome you back. Final 2:20 of this game. RKE needs to go fast if they want to get back in it. They're down by 11, and Stearns trailer staring down the barrel of a 4th straight championship game, but Cardace hits there. Stearns, I would imagine, would take all 20 of the remaining shot clock if they'd like to. Here's Spence getting in. Shot no good. Rebounded. RKE ball.
That was a heck of a defensive effort from Sumbry, knowing he had those 5 fouls, just went straight up.
Gillette on a three. No. Rebound. That's a loose ball foul on RKE. That's a loose ball foul on, I believe.
Look at Woods.
Woods. That's number 4.
I think he was trying to draw that foul on Sumbry instead and kind of got wrapped up with him. And now RKE's in the bonus. They'll have free throws the rest of the way.
Team's first in the last 2 minutes, so with 1:46, if you get a 3 here, it's a totally different game. Cardace drives, fires, no, rebounded, put back, no, rebound with Mateo, and he threw it off of Sumbry. I don't know how he kept himself out in bounds.
I don't know how he came up with that ball in the first place. He was the shortest guy in that fight for it, and it just kind of came to him. And a nice heady play to just throw it off of Sumbry's leg to keep the possession as he was falling away. And now, like you said, just slow the game down and try to get a good shot in the half court.
And they turn it over.
Yeah. Hey, Dortch and Gillette were going at it, and Gillette won that battle.
I tell you what, I don't think Stearns has played a good brand of basketball tonight. And that'll be free throws.
Yeah, this is certainly not one of their best games of the season. They're still up by 8.
Might be their worst, actually.
Yeah, not one. Well, I would.
In terms of their wins, I mean.
Oh, in terms of their wins,
RKE is.
I was going to say they did lose by 29 points to this same team a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, in terms of their wins, definitely they have not played their best game. And this game is nowhere near over. I mean, it's an 8-point game with 1:18 to play. There's still plenty of time on the floor, especially when you got Cardace on the floor, and especially when RKE's been able to rebound offensively the way that they have. Looks like we got another wet spot on the floor to be cleaned up there.
I mean, was it a night at the JSBL without wet spots that need to be cleaned up?
Well, it's August. It's the dog days of summer.
But it's
a
not as
physical
hot
game.
as it was last week.
Thank goodness for that.
Man.
It's a physical and intense game.
It's been a hot couple of weeks down here at the shore.
Hot month, really.
Yeah, July was a burner.
It feels like it's either completely downpouring or it's 95 degrees and humid.
Yeah, it's this week's like yesterday was beautiful. Today beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It was refreshing to see.
Yeah, good thing after Thursday, too, that mega storm.
Gillette, second is up and good, and it's a 6-point game.
You know, like you said, we have some of our officiating quotas here in the JSBL. I feel like it's not a JSBL game without me bringing up the weather.
That and, you know, we haven't gotten to delay a game tonight at all in both of the games.
There's still a minute left.
I don't think you'll see one now, and that one's a block by Sumbry. Stearns able to save it. Spence, Mateo, and 3 in the corner. Could be a dagger. No. Rebound, saved, and then turned over. Oh my good. This has just been, I mean, this has been some of the this is like week 1 NFL football levels of sloppy right now.
Yeah, this is where the game really tightens up, and all of a sudden it's a 2-possession game with Cardacy coming off a screen.
Oh, Mateo hits it, ball on the ground. Mateo does it again, 2-on-1, and he lays it in.
Hey, he may not have his best shot offensively, but the defensive intensity is still there. Perfectly timed poke. We haven't seen him really get involved in the on-ball defense as much in terms of just poking at the ball, but that time a perfectly timed one.
Cardacy hits on a 2, and and his defense is just game-changing. I mean, RKE's coming down with about 50 seconds to go, a chance to cut it a single digit, a chance to cut it a 1 possession, and no. Mateo steals the ball and gets the easy basket the other way.
And now Dortchel head to the free throw line with just under 30 seconds left. And, you know, you saw the defense from Stearns just saying, you know, no three, don't allow a single three-pointer. And still another foul to go before Stearns trailers in the bonus.
And another foul. So, I mean, you send Mateo to the line. And probably the one guy outside of Spence you want at the line. I mean, you want everyone on this team at the line. I mean, they just shoot the free throw so good. But if there's one you'd pick, you'd probably pick Mateo.
Yeah, I mean, they're 14 of 16 coming into this game, or coming in through 3 quarters, excuse me. Of course, 9 of those were from Spence. But like you mentioned, Mateo, a fantastic free throw shooter in his own right.
Had previously hadn't shot a free throw. I mean, he only played 19 minutes. And if you see Kevin Mateo playing 19 minutes through 3, you're probably thinking he's in foul trouble, and he just sealed it with the steal. He used to play for this very RKE team, and he just said, yeah, you're not moving on. He picks up another one.
That's 2 defensive possessions, 2 of the last 3 defensive possessions, just able to make an impact steal. And before it was with the poke away on ball against Cardacy. And then on that one, just kind of roving in the front court, or the back court actually. He was waiting to get it into the front court. He was just roving there and timed it well and picked that pass off.
Well, we're going to see them and I still can't ACI Robins Nest in the championship tomorrow. And if there was a team that probably matches up best with Stearns now, no Panzini, no Powell, and that's a difference maker. ACI Robins Nest is a tough matchup for them. As Gillette fires, no on a 3. I mean, it probably won't matter. Stearns winning the championship seems inevitable at this point. Great job to Coach Christine Hatfield and Ronnie Pastor, who has built the last 4 of these championship game teams, and that'll do it. Stearns trailer, 4 straight years, 4 straight championship games. They advanced by knocking out RKE 106-95, and again, it wasn't their best, but they made it happen when it mattered most.
Yeah, all that matters is the W on the scoreboard. They finished with more points than their opponent. That's the name of the game, and it was a tremendous defensive effort, really, on both. It was tremendous defense from the outside and on the inside as well, and because of that, they are heading to their 4th straight championship game appearance.
It's unbelievable what they've done over the last 4 years, and this league has been run by them. It's a dynasty and a chance to four-peat, and we'll be back with our star of the game. Alec will be back with our star of the game, probably going to be Parker Dortch, who's going to get another run at the table after this short break. We'll be right back.
Alec Cradamel back here at the Jersey Shore Basketball League for our star of the game, Stearns Trailers, Jakari Spence. It feels like you've been up here so many different times. Tonight you definitely earned it. 34 points to go along with 7 rebounds. Jakari, your team is going to the championship game for the 4th straight year. I mean, how does that sound?
Sounds great. I mean, I come in this league and I just want to win. I think the end goal for everyone is it's to have fun, but winning is fun. So I think, and for the past 4 years, we've been winning. We won the championship, so now I think it's just a standard to get to the championship, and then what we do in it is up to us.
Absolutely.
Technical difficulties. Hey, while he doing that, shout out to my girlfriend, Tiara, yo, if you're watching.
Anyone else you want to shout out?
My mom. Mom Dukes, thank you. Another shout out, Rosales family, since he technical difficulties. I'll keep talking to y'all boys. Here, you want to use mine? Mine a little sweaty. We can go on and on.
All right, we'll just start over.
As long
as
as
it doesn't
happen tomorrow.
I'll ask you that. Well, I'll ask you the same questions.
All right, don't cut my shout outs, guys.
All right, yeah, it's all on YouTube.
So it's live. But we'll start the comments over. All right.
All right, we're going to start this over. Obviously, Jakari's shout-outs can stay in.
Yeah.
But either way, all right, we'll start over. Jakari, Stearns Trailers in the championship for the 4th straight year. I know you already answered this, but how does it feel to be a part of that dynasty?
It's good. I think it's starting to be a standard for us to win and get to the championship. So I'm happy that we got the job done again to get there. And now the job's not finished because we got to win, but just getting there, is hard in itself when you got a target on your back every year. We won the past 3 years, so everyone's coming for us. So, I mean, it's a blessing.
And a 2-game absence for you these last couple of games. I mean, it looked like you didn't miss a beat out there. How'd you feel getting back out there on the floor?
It felt great. I think I needed a little break to calm down and just get back to my regular self. I think my teammates really helped me today. I wasn't really going at first, but they just told me to keep going, and then I figured something out.
Absolutely, you did. I mean, Parker Dortch, 24 points, 11 rebounds, and then Kevin Mateo with those 2 big steals at the end. I mean, those 2 guys in particular, they kind of been the rock of the Stearns Trailers team alongside you. How do you feel like you guys have grown throughout the season?
I think we're grown. Every time someone has missed or hasn't played their best, someone's always showed up. So I think it's just having each other's back throughout and not giving up on each other and just believing. And we're just speaking life into everyone. Keep having fun.
And you guys are going to face off against ACI Robin's Nest in the title game. I don't know how much you've seen them, obviously, playing against them. What kind of challenges do they provide in the championship?
I actually haven't seen them play besides a little bit today. I think they play hard. I think they play together. It's a couple guys that gel well when they're playing well. I haven't seen them really down yet this year, because I said this is my first game watching, but they play well, and I think it's a championship game, so everyone's ready, everyone's energy is high, and it's exciting, so can't wait.
Absolutely, you got that right. Well, Jakari, last question. You recently signed a professional contract overseas. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I just signed a contract to Rotterdam City in the Netherlands. Thank you. Shout out to my agent, Savage, and the coach over there, Coach Ards. I'm just blessed that they gave me an opportunity to show that I could still play basketball, man. So as long as I get to keep dribbling this thing, I'm smiling.
Well, Jakari Spence, our player of the game, 34 points, 7 rebounds as Stearns Trailer advances to its 4th consecutive championship game appearance. Jakari, congrats on a great game tonight, and best of luck in the championship tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.